So we've been driving around Taiwan, the island. And where was our first stop, Jin?
We started in Taipei. We got a rental car there, and we basically drove all the way down the west side, where like all the major cities are. So we went from Taipei to
Taichung.
no, we stopped by the one first.
Oh, the
so,
One Nanyuan.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
The One Nanyuan, Nanyuan something. Yeah, so we stopped by a really like scenic resort, basically in the mountains. So we stopped by there first, and then we went to Taichung.
Wait, hold on. I really enjoyed our The One experience, okay? I really liked that each course was like a multi-course meal with Asian food that was really tasty.
Yeah,
and then
it's a food resort basically.
we walked around and rested and ate, and then we had tea time.
It's literally
nice,
it's
yeah.
literally a billionaire's mansion that this guy built after he retired, and he built it in the middle of the mountains, and the architecture is really cool. It's like traditional Chinese architecture, and yeah, it's like a food resort. So three courses a day, multi courses. It was pretty nice.
Walking tour where they told us about the history.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. And then after that we went to Taichung or Taichung.
Taichung,
Yeah.
which was really nice. Other than Taichung, I think is like really new. We saw a lot of like new fancy apartment buildings, and
We saw really expensive cars like McLaren.
we saw more expensive cars in Taichung than Taipei.
Yeah. Taichung actually seemed like more developed than Taipei was.
Yeah. And then all the sidewalks were like really nicely paved, so it's like really nice to kind of like be a pedestrian there and then walk around. Everything was super close, or at least the area we were in was like everything was super close. There was like parks that we could walk to. Yeah, and then like people playing music on the street. It was cool. Taichung was cool.
After Taichung, where did we go?
After Taichung, we went to Sun Moon Lake,
Sun Moon Lake,
which was really nice.
We tried to book the Lalu.
But we couldn't because it was all booked.
Every day. Any day that we could go for like 10 days, it was booked, sold out every day.
Yeah.
So then we ended up, where did we end up, Jin?
We stayed at we stayed at Lia, the Sun Hotel or something.
Yeah, it was actually quite nice.
It was really nice. Yeah. It still overlooked the lake, which was really nice. And then we ended up biking around the lake, which was really cool.
Electric tandem bike.
We got an electric tandem bike, which made the biking experience way easier than it would normally be.
Yeah, there were a ton of other couples also riding electric tandem bikes.
The bike trail around Sun Moon Lake was very cool, so highly recommend. It's basically the most popular thing to do there. Like there are like bike rental shops all over the place, and there's basically one bike trail that goes around half of the lake, so you won't be able to miss it.
Guarded away from cars, so it's
guarded, yeah,
safe.
and very scenic.
Yeah.
Definitely very scenic.
Scenic and safe, yeah.
And then, so after Sun Moon Lake, we went to Kaohsiung, which is a southern city in Taiwan. Stayed there for about 2 days.
There we really enjoyed the Pier 2 Art Center.
Oh yeah, the piers are really nice. There are a lot of cool art scene there. The food there was pretty good too.
Basically just chilled there.
Yeah, it was like a rest. It was almost like a rest stop for us too. Yeah, because we were pretty tired from going to Sun Moon Lake and biking and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's basically the west side, and then we drove around the coast through what's that southern tip called?
Taichung.
No, the southern
Kenting.
Kenting. Yeah, so we drove partly through Kenting, which is like the southern tip of Taiwan.
The beach town.
Yeah, it's basically known for beaches and mountains. So then we drove around the southern tip. We went to Taidong, which is on the east side now. Yeah, so we went to Taidong, stayed there for like a day, mostly as a middle rest stop as well. Walked around the ocean side. It was pretty cool. Ate shabu, that's right. And then we went to Hualien, which is where we're currently staying at, which is also on the east side. So
we took this day trip to Taroko National Park.
Yep, and that's where we are currently.
Walking through.
Walking.
So what trail are we walking through?
The Baiyang Trail.
It's very nice.
It is very nice. So then we're almost done. So this is basically the end of the Taiwan loop. After Hualien, we'll go back to Taipei, stay there for about 2 days, and then fly out to Japan.
We're gonna meet up with some friends. friends.
Yeah, we're meeting up with some friends in Tokyo and Osaka.
Vincent and friends.
Vincent and crew.
The gang.
Yeah. So we'll be in Japan for a month. Yeah, a little under a month, probably.
Yeah, we're going to Hokkaido first.
Yeah, going to Hokkaido, then Tokyo, then Osaka. Okay. We're at the end of the Baiyan Trail. This is a cool entrance. It's like a really long tunnel.
Yeah, it's quite long.
It's quite long.
It took like 30 minutes to walk through.
Okay, maybe not 30 minutes. We are slow walkers, but not 30 minutes. So we're at the end of the day for Taroko National Park. It's probably been one of our favorite areas of a lot of, most of Taiwan.
Why did we like it so much?
Why do we like it so much, Michelle?
Is full of flat hikes.
Hikes are really nice.
The favorite hike that we liked was, what is it called?
Lu Shui.
Lu Shui.
It goes along the cliff. There's literally like a path along the rocks along the cliff, and you can see over. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was nice and flat and had very accessible parking.
Yeah, I think it
was also quite pretty, like near the.
It was very pretty.
Water. And
the gorge is very pretty. Yeah. So most of Taroko, like we drove from Hualien. So most of the drive from Hualien is like along the gorge itself, which is really cool because you can see the gorge like throughout the drive, and kind of like
small stopping hikes.
Yeah, like all along the way there are like a lot of scenic spots for you to stop and hike along the path, hike along the cliff. All the roads here are literally carved out of the mountain, which is really cool. So like some of the parts we recorded, we are driving through like a rock tunnel that they dug out of rock.
Yeah, it's a little scary because there are all these signs saying like, oh, pass quickly because rocks are falling.
Yeah, do not linger because of falling rocks.
Yeah.
And actually one of our friends, Vadim,
a pebble fell on his head.
Fortunately had only a small pebble fall on his head, not an actual rock.
Yeah, but we saw another tourist who like walked into the the rock.
Yeah, one of our first stops was a temple by the bottom of a cliff, which was really cool.
What's the temple called?
I can't remember the
TBD
name.
Temple name.
Some temple name. Cool temple. But to get to the temple, you have to walk into like a rock tunnel that they carved out. And then
a little low.
Yeah, the rocks are really low. It was very jaggedy. And yeah, I think someone hit their head, and it was a whole ordeal. So.
Yeah, it's no good.
But yeah, some other highlights here. We went to it's called Tunnel of 9 Turns. It's just like a really long tunnel that winds through the mountain, so it has 9 turns. That was pretty cool. We thought it was pretty cool. You could also hike along the side. So after you drive through the tunnel, you can hike outside the tunnel along the gorge, which we really liked. Here's the car we drove.
We rented it.
Yeah, we drove it all around Taiwan. Okay. Okay, Michelle. And
Okay,
Jack.
Hey.
Where are we?
中正纪念堂
Which means
郑开学 Memorial Hall.
Memorial Hall,
Yeah.
Memorial
It's
Plaza,
over there.
which
Oh,
is
turn around
behind
here.
us. Oh. We are by the National Concert Hall in Taipei. It's really bright, but it's a really cool plaza. See, there's a gate. There's a concert hall, I think.
I feel like because in Malaysia we talk a lot of language, lots.
Yeah, Malaysia speaks a lot of languages.
Like we got Chinese, English,